Hi, welcome to Stretch and Strength. I'm Mira, cook with Battery Dance. We are about to start our 30-minute class using exercises from Pilates, yoga, dance stretches, some breathing techniques in order to stretch and strengthen our body. Make sure you have a little bit of space, cleared out space on the ground. You might put down a yoga mat, a Pilates mat, or a blanket, since we'll be doing some things lying down, and extra padding will feel nice if we do that. Let's start lying down today and do some exercises to relax our spine, lengthen our lower back, and a little bit to engage our abdominals. So you'll be lying down. So first of all, just sit and see. We're going to put our feet in parallel. Parallel means the space between the big toe and the second toe is pointing forward. And our feet are just 2 fist widths apart. 2 fist widths that's the width of your pelvis from hip socket to hip socket. So pretty narrow. And let's lie down on our back. So our heels are under our sits bones, knees up to the sky, and let's just take a few breaths here. In this position, our spine can naturally be longer because gravity is weighing us down, and the curve from the low back can just relax a little. Let's take breaths that fill our belly with air, so bringing the breath low in the body. We're blowing up a balloon in our belly that rises up to the ceiling, but also down to the floor, and moves side to side, and also down into your pelvic floor and up towards your head. So every direction expanding. Blowing up the balloon while we relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Notice your lungs receiving the oxygen. Notice your heart beating. Let's put our hands on the side of our ribs, so we're going to clasp them. The thumbs will kind of wrap around the side back of our ribs, and let's feel lateral breathing. So when we breathe in, our ribs expand side to side. So trying to enhance our width rather than breathing up high in the chest. We're going to go low in the ribs, wide. Our ribs move into our hands. And let's start adding some abdominals. So on the inhale, we're expanding into our hands, sideways into the low ribs. And on our exhale, we're going to narrow the waistline, and the belly button will go down towards the spine. In and wide through the low ribs. Exhale, narrow the waist like you're tightening a corset. Big breaths, wide. And waist gets smaller. And we're using effort, but not 100%. We're not trying completely as hard as we can. We're just feeling our muscles get to work. Maybe 50%, 70% of all your effort. Make sure you are relaxing your shoulders and collarbones, your eyes, your mouth, your cheeks. Let's do 2 more. Breathing wide into the ribs. Narrow through the waist. Last time. Good, let's do pelvic clock. You stay lying down, but if you don't know this concept yet, we're drawing a circle, a clock dial on the back of our pelvis. 12 o'clock is going to be behind our belly button on our spine. 6 o'clock is our tailbone behind our pubic bone. And then all the numbers follow around the clock. So in your lying down position, first we press down into 6 o'clock. That gives us a little arch in the low back. Then we press down on 12 o'clock. Press down behind your belly button where your spine is.
So rocking between 6 and 12. You can rest your hands on your belly or at your sides on the mat. Little rock, arch curl in the low back. This helps us decompress the low back, get healthy movement there. Your knees should stay parallel. And again, it's just a gentle rocking. It's not a huge motion. Come back to center, equal hip joints. Now we're going to press down behind one hip, and the other hip is going to lift slightly off the mat. Knees stay parallel. Push down through the other back of the hip, and the other one lift slightly. So we're tipping the pelvis. Don't let your knees sway. They just stay where they are. Just rocking the pelvis, tipping side to side, rocking like a boat. And this is great for mobilizing our sacroiliac joints and bringing nice lubricating motion into the low back. Good. Relaxing your pelvis. We're going to go 2 times clockwise around your clock. Start at 12 o'clock. Press down on 12. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keep going one more time around clockwise. Small, right? Noticing how it feels. Certain areas of the clock are easier to access than others. Now we'll reverse it. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing our shoulders again one more time around at your own tempo. Gliding around, continuous motion. Beautiful. Feel your feet on the ground. The points that are on the ground of our feet are the big toe ball of the foot, the pinky toe ball of the foot, and the heel. The rest of the foot, some of it might be on the ground, but it's arching and supporting. Those are the 3 weight points. Pressing into your feet points, we'll lift our hips up until we're in a bridge, and then we'll put it down. Think of lifting from underneath your butt and put it down. Where you want to use the strength of our legs, we don't need to add tension from the lower back. The back is hanging. Pull your 6 bones towards your knees. Lift your butt up. A lot of strength in the thighs, and then lowering down. Let's do 6 more. Up and down. Relax your throat and chest. There should be hollow space between your chin and your chest. Up and down, getting stronger in the back of the legs and the butt. Hang the spine. I think we have 2 more. Up and down and up and down. Marching our knees without moving the pelvis. Engage your corset a little bit, so narrowing the waist, just marching up and down and up. Alternating knees, relax your shoulders. We're closing the ribs. We're closing the waist, and the hips stay still so you can feel your thigh bone is just gliding in the hip socket, which is a healthy movement in your hip socket. Up and down. So we get to warm up the hips a little as well. Up, and you feel your lower abs start to warm up a little. Let's do 4 more. 1 is like our pre-abs warm up. Gliding in the hip socket. Good. Let's do toe taps, and then we'll do a combination with bridging arms and abs. So again, trying to keep our pelvis still. We want to glue our the back of our torso to the mat, and we want to press down with our arms a bit. So that broadens our collarbones. Float one leg up to tabletop, and then the other. And then we're going to do toe taps. So one toe goes towards the ground, don't change the bend of the knees, and then come back up. And you can only go as far down as your body can manage before the spine has to come away from the mat. So the spine is just staying the same, and then you lower your toe down It may just be a tiny movement, or maybe you can tap the ground all the way. The point is the muscle engagement, it's not the movement. Tapping. And this is a lot of work for the abs to hold still, to maintain all the weight of the leg coming away from you. So this is a nice challenge. For the whole core, see if you can keep your back low ribs on the mat. Let's just do 2 more. Pretty challenging. And float one leg down and then the other. Again, finding that 2 fist widths apart position. We're going to start by pressing down on 12 o'clock again. Now we're peeling our tailbone up. This time we're rolling up to a bridge instead of pressing in a straight line. 1 vertebra at a time peels up. Take a breath in. First, relax the top of your spine. The top of your spine is way up behind your nose, and then down your neck relaxes. Then in between the shoulder blades, then the upper back, middle back, lower back. See how detailed you can be in your spine articulation. Breathing in, exhaling to roll up, peeling the tailbone, the low back, middle back, upper back. Drag your sits bones forward. Inhale. Exhale, roll down by relaxing the throat, upper back, middle. And go slow so you can really feel the parts that need to stretch. Good. One more time, up and down, then we'll add. Exhaling to start. And I'm going really slow here. You can go a little faster if you want to. You'll just follow your own breath timing. But sometimes it's nice to go really slow, to really take the time to find each of the vertebrae. This time we're going to roll up, add the arms, and then add an ab curl, which is like a crunch. Exhaling to roll up. See if you can press your arms into the ground as your hips raise. Now, so right now your shoulder blades are, both of your shoulders are on the mat, right? Keep them there. Raise your parallel arms up overhead, and then lie them on the ground. Shoulder stretch. Exhale, roll down. Keep your shoulders broad and away from your ears. Press your arms over your chest, and then we're going to peel our head up. Push down into your back low ribs, and this is a little ab curl. And then rest your hands on the mat and relax your head down. Again. We go articulate a bridge. Knees are parallel. Arm raise till they're over your head. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. And then we press the arms down, squeeze your armpits a little to engage our ab curl. And you want to pull your back of your neck to be long, because the tendency here is to jut our chin forward, but we're actually going to press down through the back low ribs to engage us up. And then resting down. Let's do a few more times. Articulating up. Arms raise overhead. Exhale, roll down. See about that lower back articulating, pressing forward, an ab curl. And imagine you're like laying your upper back into a hammock, and then your abs pull you up. Let's do like 2 or 3 more. This is really great for decompressing your spine, for evening out your back and decreasing back pain. And it's great for our overall posture. Press down, broad from shoulder to shoulder, and then lengthen the back of the neck. Push down through the back lower ribs. Squeeze your armpits. Let's just do it one more time. Last time, and really try to enjoy what you're doing. Or if you're hating life and you're really not enjoying it, take a little pause. And pressing to a little ab curl. And then come down. Really nice. Grab your knees and roll on your lower back in this lengthened position. Let's take a little passive spinal twist. You can take your knees together and you'll roll them to one side. And then you're going to reach your arm away and look away from your bent knees. Big breaths, and then imagine your spine in this position from all the way down at your tailbone, all the way up your spine, way up into your skull behind your nose. And picture every vertebra has a tiny twist in it right now. And let's inhale and make space between each vertebra, so we have even more room to twist. You can draw your abs in a little bit. Make sure your spine is long, not curved or hunched. As long as we can be from head to tail. One more breath. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Put your hands on the mat. Transition your legs to the other side. We're laying the knees stacked on one side. And then we're reaching out to the other side. And my arm is a little off the ground. Yours may be off the ground or it might be on. Look towards your extended arm. Big breaths. See if you can make more space between your vertebra. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. Let's do 2 more breaths. See if you can draw your abs in a little bit towards your spine. Nice. Good. Back to the center. Let's grab the backs of our legs and let's roll up. Let's do a few C curves to continue to engage our abs. So, actually no, I want to do this other thing. Let's, you're gonna put your legs out in front of you and you're gonna make a V with your feet. If this is too much of a hamstring stretch, you can bend your legs a little bit. So, but we're gonna squeeze our heels in so that we feel our inner thighs. We're gonna interlace our hands in front of us. We'll press forward, and then the spine is gonna curve. Your belly button's gonna go back. So it's like our back is making a rocking chair. We're laying into the bottom of a rocking chair. Press, squeeze your inner thighs, curve back. Now sit up tall. Your legs can still be bent. Bend the leg that's closest towards me. Press the outside of the leg and twist, look behind you. And then look forward, squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, press back, belly button goes back. Shoulders are wide. Sit up tall. Twist away from me. Inhale to start. Exhale to rock back. Coming up. Press the ceiling with your palms. Twist and look. Through the middle. Squeeze your inner thighs and heels. Come up tall. Head is right over the pelvis. And then twist. Let's do 4 more. And this, again, this could be bent. You could stretch your legs as you go back. You could bend them as you come up if your hamstrings are tight. Around to the middle. Come up. Twist and look. Through the middle. One more time each side. Curving back. Broad shoulders. Twist. Through the middle. Last one. Come up and twist. Nice. So you feel your inner thighs, how the inner thighs kind of partner with the abs to make a nice strong unit. Let's sit up and turn our legs parallel. We're just going to walk our hands forward. You can touch your shins or your toes, whatever you can reach for a hamstring stretch. When we breathe in, we want to think of our spine getting longer from head to tail. And then when we exhale, we'll just relax. So potentially we're getting a little longer and more folded over the front of our legs. I've been doing a lot of stretching since I was a tiny kid, so don't worry if you're not as far over your legs as I am. I stretch all the time. Breathe, head long, tail long. The good news is muscles do lengthen and your flexibility will improve over time. Breathing one more time. Let's almost just let our head hang over like we're a rag doll. And take some extra breaths into your low back, the part of the back that is arched. You can even put your hands there and see if you can puff up your hands with air. Let's do 2 more. Takes a pretty big breath to get the air that low in the spine. Good. Sitting up if you can. Feet together. Let's just circle the ankles, getting a little bit of movement in the ankle joints. Reverse the circle. Now we'll make 2 circles that go away from each other. And 2 circles that come in towards each other. Good. Let's do 1 goes big toe up, big toe down. Big toe up. Let's just work with the right foot or whichever foot you're using. Big toe down. So this twists the foot. Big toe goes up, big toe goes down, big toe up, big toe down. So it's important that our foot be flexible to twist because that's what happens when we walk. Other foot, big toe up, big toe down, big toe up, big toe down. Keep going. There's 28 very strong but delicate bones in your feet, so it's important to keep them flexible so that we can walk properly, which is the basis for our whole posture. Our feet up and down. Now just jiggle your legs. Very nice. Let's take a double stag position like this. Whichever way you're facing towards, put that hand behind your hips. If this is enough of a quad stretch, stay here. If it's not, you can drop down to your elbow, and then no matter what position you're in, you're gonna squeeze your butt a lot. Squeeze a lot. Push your shoulder down away from your ears, and then let's circle the top arm, draw your belly button in. Quad stretch. Keep squeezing your butt together. Keep pressing your shoulders away from you. We're gonna draw big circles around us. Extending the fingers, getting a stretch in the shoulder joint as well. Good. Sitting up, put your hands behind you, feet in front of you, lift your heels, windshield wiper, the legs. Now we're twisting the femur inside the hip socket, and we're twisting our back. Transitioning to the other side. Put your hand behind you. If that's enough, stay there or drop down to your elbow. Squeeze your tushy and lift your sits bones forward. Shoulders press down. Drawing circles away over us. Over, away, around, whatever. Big breaths, your lungs are open, your waist is small, your butt is working, your thigh is stretching, your shoulder is getting a healthy, expanded range of motion there. Nice. Let's do leg baby. So your shin and your foot will be your baby. Grab one. So you're going to grab the baby and pull it towards you. If you can, you'll try to hook the sole of the foot into the elbow. It makes it easier if you're flexible enough. And then rock your baby. We're stretching the outside of the hip, as you can probably feel by now. You want to kick your heel up to the sky. You want to sit up tall so the shoulders go down. And then feel the stretch. Always breathing. Do the amount of stretch that's right for you. You don't have to copy my position. As long as you feel the stretch in the outside of the hip, then that means you're getting the benefit of what we're trying to do. Good, let's do other side. So drawing your shin in towards you, or if you can, hooking the sole, the arch of the foot in the elbow crease. And then let the shoulders go down, let the head come up. Draw the baby towards your chest and rock. Kick your foot up to the sky if you can. Big breaths.
Good. Let's just take a little butterfly for a second. So just kind of coaxing open the hip sockets, sitting up tall. Let's find our way to a little crouched position. So we're just crouching over our feet. We're squatting like this if you can. Maybe not a position that we do very much anymore, but it's a useful position, especially as we get older. We want to feel comfortable as we transition down to the ground. So let's actually just rock side to side if you can, or see if you can catch your weight a little bit on your hands as you go side and forward. Good. Let's come to all fours, a couple cat-cow. So press your shoulders down away from your ears, draw your belly button up, make a tabletop with your back, and then we'll go into arching, that's the cow, and curving, that's the cat. We inhale, leave your chest over your hands, and then arc your chest forward. Look up, and then tuck your tailbone down to the ground. Arch and curve. Feel the shoulders, they're very wide. When we curve, they slide apart, the shoulder blades. When we arch, they slide together. Curving, sliding apart. Spine gets long through the back. Now spine gets long through the front. Find your tabletop spine. Actually, let's just tuck our toes if you can. Sit back like this. It stretches the toes a little bit. And just flamenco your wrists. If you're able to, you can sit on the tops of your feet, which will stretch the front of your ankles. Offer your wrist for a kiss. Stretching the front of your wrists. Offer the inside of your palm. Get your shoulder down, and then just wash a window in front of you. Other side, offer your wrist for a kiss. Shoulders dropping down. Offer the inside of your hand. Wash a window. Shake water off your hands. We're gonna go knee hover, downward dog, knee hover, downward dog. So first, the knee hover. So put your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Shoulders down, belly button up, spine is long from head to tail. Don't let the head sag. That's what a lot of us tend to do. Tuck your toes, narrow your waist, and we're gonna hover for 5 counts. After 5 counts, we'll stretch our legs to a downward dog. Hovering the knees 1 inch off the ground, shoulders slide down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into our downward dog for 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the knee hover for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the downward dog, press into the knuckle of your pointer finger and the knuckle of your thumb. 5. Keep pressing there and go down. 2, 3. Long straight spine. 4, 5, downward dog. 1, 2, 3. And let's actually just we'll just keep in this position and tread our feet. And again, notice the weight points, the big toe, ball of the foot, pinky toe, and the heel. Obviously the heel is light right now, or maybe the heel is a little off the ground, that's okay. Equalize the weight on the big toe ball and the pinky toe ball, and then press through your hands, let your chest fall through your arms. Big breath. We're gonna go into a plank if you can. So walk your hands a little bit forward, narrow your waist, and then we'll hover the breastbone over the space between the hands. And think about this, the back side of the body, from heels up the back of the legs, spine, back of the neck, and back of the head. One long line.
Tuck your pubic bone towards your ribs. Eyes of the elbows should face each other. A lot of work to stay in a plank, isn't it? Back to downward dog. Walk your hands back. You can bend your knees a little bit. We're gonna hang over. Let's shake our head no. And yes. Drop your heels. Now you feel the big toe ball of the foot, pinky toe, and the heels. Equalize those. Hang the spine, curve, and roll up. We'll do a few rolling up. Pressing down the feet points. We go head and shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back. Bend your knees, touch the ground. Roll up, drop your tail, drop your lower back, middle back, upper back, neck, head. Feel your body stacked up. The hips are over the feet. The chest is over the hips. Head is right on top, not in front of you. We'll do twice more rolling down and up. If you want to, you can leave your legs straight for more of a stretch, or you can continue to bend them. Dropping the head, shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back. Reach towards the ground and exhale to roll up. Stack the hips, stack the chest, stack the head. Last time. Dripping down like a melting candle. Exhale, rolling up. Stack the hips, chest and head. Feel those feet points again. Feel how tall you can be through the back of a long spine and broad shoulders. Beautiful. Thank you for joining me. I hope you feel fortified for your day, and I'll see you next week at 9 a.m. for Stretch and Strength.